Hey, what's going on, everyone? I hope you are all doing well on this fantastic weekend. Today I am going to be taking you on a tour of the setup behind me, which a few people have been asking about. They've been seeing it in the background of some videos. You're like, hey, Joker, what's going on over there? Well, I'm going to tell you today, I have finally decided to make the jump and start using RYZEN as my full-time editing and production PC. This is the Untitled build, which is sitting behind me, that I featured on the channel recently. I have made a change where I switched it over to the RYZEN 2700 and I added in some extra storage and things like that from the store in my video. So we'll go over all of that and everything. But yeah, I just decided to really make the jump because I just needed the extra horsepower. I needed the extra cores and threads that the 2700 in there can offer me. So that's really the main reason. I'm currently running a 6800K in my main system, which I've had for years, and I'm still going to be using this system all the time because I still love this PC. It's a beast, especially for gaming and things like that. But when it came to rendering out videos, it was just taking so long. And on top of that, I have Comcast, so our upload speeds here are dog shit. If you are a Comcast user, then you know what I'm talking about. Great download, horrible upload. If you're anyone that uses Comcast and you upload, then you will know. And then also uploading, and then YouTube has to process stuff in the back end. So with my 6800K, sometimes taking 40 minutes to an hour plus, depending on how long the video was and how many clips it has in it. Those are taking like 40 minutes to an hour, and then like another hour to upload a 4K video. So it was like 2 hours before I even get YouTube actually processing it on their backend. So it was just taking way too long, and I can't fix the internet upload speed because Comcast is my only provider. I can't fix how long it takes YouTube to process 4K on their end, but I can fix the system side of things and hopefully get those rendering out a little bit faster. And so far, the results have been really good. I've been very pleased with switching over to using the setup behind me as a full-time editing setup only. It's pretty much all I'm using it for is editing. So yeah, here's the full setup that I have I've been using recently. You'll probably recognize the Untitled build that's sitting over there. It's the only real change from when I did the videos that I had orange lighting at the time. I opted to make it purple on the RGB so that it would kind of match the nice Skeletor wallpaper that I found online. Really nice. I'll leave a link to that down in the description below as well. People are always asking about wallpapers in a video. If they see a wallpaper in a video, guaranteed there's going to be dozens of comments just saying, what wallpaper is that? Link to wallpaper, link to wallpaper. Well, guess what? I'm a link to this wallpaper, okay? So you're going to get all of that in a bag of potato chips. No potato chips. Low-carb diet. So yeah, it's Untitled build. You guys have seen this already. Like I said, it's got the RYZEN 2700 in there. It is running at 3.95 gigahertz. I know a bit of an odd OC, but I couldn't get it stable to 4 gigahertz on all cores. Just not a good overclocker, so I may end up actually switching it back over to the 2700X. The main reason I put the 2700 in there to begin with was that I was curious about it. I wanted to do some testing. I wanted to see how far I could push the overclock to see if I can get it at the same speed as the 2700X for obviously a lesser cost if you're buying one. But I just couldn't. I couldn't even get it to 4 gigahertz stable across all cores. It would crash while I was rendering. I had it at 4 gigahertz for a while, and it worked through one of my video renders, and then I went to go do another one, and it crashed like 20 minutes into it, so ended up losing a lot of time because of that. And yeah, it's been doing really well. Very happy with the 2700. Even at the speed that it's at, it's really not that bad. At least in terms of my needs for editing. I mean, if you wanted to get more frames in a game, obviously you want to get a higher frequency. But just for editing, it's been perfectly fine, honestly. Got no issues with that. But I do need to add in some more RAM to the system. Right now, it's got 16 gigabytes, which I believe is running at 3200 megahertz. I would like to throw in an additional 16 gigabytes, but I don't have any full-on 32 gigabyte kits of matching RAM, so I thought about doing mismatched RAM. But yeah, we'll just have to see what happens with all of that. And if you want a list of any of the parts that I'm using in this system here, or any of the other hardware sitting on the desk that we're going to go over in this video, then I'll have it all linked down in the comments below. And of course, there are videos on the channel for pretty much everything that you're going to see here, apart from maybe one piece of hardware, which we will be reviewing soon, and that is the main monitor here, which we will go over next if I can roll over here in my chair. So this guy is the, I just got this like at the end of last week. This is the Viewsonic Xg 3220. This is a 32-inch, 60 hertz, 4K monitor. Really gorgeous screen. It's a VA panel, so it's not IPS. But really happy that Viewsonic sent this out to me because it has been amazing. I am a huge fan now of 32-inch monitors. I mean, I knew that I was going to like 32-inch monitors a lot when they started to become more of a thing because I have used one in the past. But it was when it was like $1,500 to get a 32-inch 16:9 monitor. So having this 32-inch 4K is absolutely glorious. This 32-inch next to it, that's a 1440p monitor. That one you guys already saw. That's the Pixio PX-C32 that I reviewed just last week. So I had gotten that, and then within about 3 to 5 days, I got this 32-inch monitor from Viewsonic, and I was just like, this is just perfect. The stars are aligning. I need to go ahead and set both of these monitors up side by side and use this as a dedicated editing and rendering setup so that I could still use my main setup for gaming while all my videos are processing, and at the same time it's going to be really fast as well. I've been spending, I would say, about half my time at this setup. Even if I'm just web browsing and things, I've been using this setup quite a bit. So stay tuned. Very soon we'll be doing a review on the Viewsonic Xg 3220, but really beautiful 4K monitor. If you look down at the bottom there, go ahead and zoom in on that, you can see that there's actually an RGB LED at the bottom, which you can adjust the RGB color of in the on-screen display, and of course I have it set to purple so that it would match everything else. Some of this purple stuff might be showing up as pink on camera, but I assure you it's purple. It's not a pink PC setup. So as I mentioned, this guy over here, that's the PX-C32. That is a 1440p monitor, so we already did a full review on that. You can ignore the speaker sitting there in the corner. That's one of the Logitech Z906 speakers. That's one of my rear speakers, actually. That's where I leave one of the rear speakers. The other two are on my front desk, and I've got one off to the right. It's basically, it's surround sound, so I had to put the rear speaker somewhere, and that's pretty much where it sits. There are also some other speakers here on this desk. Full zoom in, I'll show you. Those are the Creative T4 wireless, which I actually don't even have set up right now, and that's the little control module sitting behind that speaker right there. They are pretty decent speakers. I just haven't been bothered to really set them up yet. I used to have them in my main setup, but when I switched over to the Z906, I was going to put them here, but I just haven't set them up yet because I haven't really had much of a need to, since all I was using this setup for previously was benchmarking. When I edit, I tend to use headphones anyway, which are these guys right here. These are the Fostex T50RP Mark IIIs. These are the ones from Mayflower Electronics, so you've probably seen these before on the channel. They do custom headphones, and they modify, existing headphones that are out there. But these are hands down my favorite headphones that I've ever owned, and they're just super comfy, very nice to wear. They're just my favorite headphones, honestly, so can't recommend them enough, honestly. Handling the audio from those T50RPs is also another Mayflower product. This is the ARC, which released last year. It's kind of an update to their O2 DAC and kind of using all of their own hardware. Really great DAC amp. It's got a microphone input if you want to use that as well. So very nice. I've got a Mayflower O2 at my main desk, and I have the ARC also, so I put it over here so that at least it can get used all the time, and I can have a good headphone DAC and amplifier for my headphones now when I'm editing. Keyboard-wise, I am using a WASD keyboard with Cherry MX Brown switches. This is still probably my favorite keyboard that I actually own, but I've had it at this secondary setup for benchmarking and stuff mostly. But I have been contemplating bringing it back over to my main setup because it still is my favorite keyboard that I've ever owned. As far as build quality is concerned, of course, the fact that it has Joker Productions custom keycaps is definitely another benefit as well. But really, I love WASD keyboards. They're honestly just the perfect keyboard, and I don't have any complaints about them whatsoever. Next to that is my Logitech G303. Still to this date, my favorite wired gaming mouse, although I've been using the G305 recently because it's wireless, but I guarantee you if they brought back the G303 design and made it into the wireless with their Lightspeed technology and everything and the Hero sensor, that is what I would be using every day because I love the unique shape of this mouse. As you can tell, it's kind of like a diamond shape. If you look at it there, it's like a diamond. It's got like these LEDs on the side, and this part's like a glossy plastic. So like when I first saw this mouse, I was like, that's a really weird mouse, like looking wise. But as soon as I used it, like for my grip and everything, I was just like, this is perfect because it has this diamond shape, like I said. So you got these little points here, but what happens is my thumb ends up sitting on that, so it's like the perfect kind of gripping point. Like especially if you're like a claw grip user. Get you a side angle there. So if you're like a claw grip user, this is going to be perfect, especially for lift-offs, because you got that little bit of extra grip there that you can kind of hold on to on the side, on both sides actually, for your pinky and your thumb. So it's just, this is my favorite FPS mouse of all time. And the desk mat you see on there, that's one of the Tech Syndicate ones that was actually given to me by Logan at Land Syndicate a few years back. Still appreciate it. I have quite a few of these actually. One that I had bought myself, but then when I was at Land Syndicate, Logan gave me like a bunch of desk mats and stuff, and I'm always going through desk mats, so Logan, if you happen to see this, thank you very much for the desk mats. I appreciate them, and I do use them, pretty much until I wear them down and they start to look ugly and they won't show up good on camera anymore, because I beat the living hell out of my desk mats and mouse pads. So once they become too scratched up or dirty, then I will, usually switch them out. But this one's been going strong, as it's not like a daily use system. It hasn't been anyway. It's been mostly a benchmarking setup. But now that I'm using it pretty much every day to edit videos, I'm sure I'll go through it pretty soon. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up for the tour of the editing setup. The only thing I really need to do with this system now is I do need to get a card reader, an SD card reader. I have one over at my main PC. I thought about switching it over, but I really like having it over there because it has a USB hub on it also. So I just kind of need to go on Amazon and spend $10. I don't know why I'm complaining about it. I should just go and do it right now. So I needed an SD card reader and stuff for this PC, so I don't have to, because I've been basically putting the files onto the other computer, onto my main storage drive, and then I've been moving them onto a USB and then putting them over here, rather than doing it over the network for whatever reason. But yeah, that's pretty much how I've been doing. I just need to get a card reader, honestly, and then set up a NAS possibly as well. But as I said, I'm going to get out of here, guys. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. If you enjoyed this video or want to subscribe or anything like that, there's a bunch of buttons down below that you can technically click on. If you did enjoy the video and you want to see more ones like it, then you can subscribe as well. If you've been here for a while, ring the notification bell. That way you never miss a moment of content as soon as it goes up here on the channel. If you want links to any of the parts in the build, the monitors, the keyboards, everything, I'll have everything down in the description below and possibly one of the pinned comments as well. I do get a few dollars kickback, or sometimes pennies, really. Pennies, let's be realistic about it. It's pennies in many instances, but hey, all those pennies add up, and then they help me produce the content for this channel. So use those links. I do appreciate it. And yeah, like I said, have a good weekend. Happy 4th of July to everyone, although I'm pretty sure I'll see you in a video before then. And yeah, I'll catch you guys tomorrow for another video, which is before 4th of July. Ta-ra.